Head Coach Mike Vandekamp heading into his 6th year coaching the Nanaimo Clippers. I know we're early, not even quite at exhibition game yet. What's the team looking like so far?
Well, it's a lot of new faces this year, but we're getting used to that. We've been returning only about 7 or 8 players a season lately. There's just a lot of turnover. Guys are moving up the ladder to college hockey really quickly from here, which is a good problem to have. So we had to work real hard this offseason and go out there and find another whole bunch of new faces again. So we've got a lot more new than we do old. But like I said, we've been getting used to that the last few years. So,
are you happy with those new faces that you found? Did you get your first picks?
Well, so far it looks good, but that's the thing at our level of hockey is it is an open recruiting type of field that we live in. We don't have a draft, we don't have protected lists, anything like that. So we have to go out there and not only find players we like, but then we have to recruit them and get them to show up here and be here. And that's a big challenge. It's a lot of work every year if you have 13 or 14 new guys that you have to get. So far it looks good. We're early in camp here, but pretty happy with the way it started.
You're coming off 2 very successful seasons, Island champions. Bittersweet. A lot of success, but not quite where you want to be. What's the strategy for celebrating even more this coming season?
Well, a lot of the same. I think we're pretty proud of the way that we've played and the foundation that we've created here. But you're right, I guess score 1 more goal or let 1 less in the big game at the end, because we've been losing in overtime a couple years in a row. We've had 2 overtime losses right at the end that have cost us our seasons and our playoff run. So that's awfully tough to take. But just believe in ourselves and go back and work hard again this year. Try to get ourselves back into a good playoff spot if we can. And from there, just take it as far as we can in the spring. And the last couple springs have been pretty good to us. But again, we do want to work hard and try to take that next step if we can.
And I hope I've got my facts straight here, but you're working with a new assistant coach this year, is that correct? What's that dynamic been like?
Well, it's been good. I met Dustin in the summertime here. We had an opening created when Blake Clement had moved on to a different line of work here in the summertime, and Dustin and I really hit it off. You know what? We have very similar personalities. We get along well. We spend a lot of time together here in the latter parts of the summer, and the on-ice philosophy is the same. So we've been really enjoying working with each other so far.
Okay, we're going to talk to Dustin later on in this edition of Go, and maybe that's the little strategy kick that you need to go further in the coming season.
Could very well be. Let's hope so.
Now, Todd Jones is behind the camera today. You know Todd. He's a big hockey fan and a hockey player. He played in a tournament recently, a charity tournament. Would you ever have him on the ice with you and your team?
You know what? I've seen him on the ice a couple times because we have an office over there in the Cliff McNabb, and I walk by and I see him in the net standing there, and I'm thinking, oh boy, I don't know. But yeah, you never know. I guess we do have some openings in goals, so if he could knock some rust off him, get him out there and give his best shot.
Well, that'll be the tricky part, knocking the rust off of Todd Jones. Here he is in a charity tournament.